Welcome back to our deep dive into Darringmoor. We've covered a lot of ground from the bustling markets to the shadowy underbelly, but there's still some loose ends I feel like we need to tie up.
Definitely.
Some mysteries to ponder. What do you say we tackle those lingering questions, starting with the political landscape? Sounds good to me. We know Darringmoor is currently under Elkian rule, but there's that long-standing dispute with Flan. I mean, they're practically neighbors.
Yeah.
And Lan still sees Darringmoor as part of their territory.
Right. It's like this family feud that just won't quit.
It really is.
And it sounds like there's some serious wheeling and dealing going on behind the scenes. Elkia might be willing to give Darringmoor back to Lan, but at a price.
That's right. Think lucrative trade agreements, unrestricted access to Darringmoor's harbor for Elkian military ships.
Oh, wow.
It's a delicate balancing act.
It is. It makes you wonder what the people of Darringmoor think about all this. Do they even have a say in their own fate? I mean, they've faced down undead incursions. They've rebuilt their city time and time again. I have a feeling they're not going to just sit back and let others decide their future.
I agree. They've proven to be resilient, resourceful. I wouldn't be surprised if they found a way to make their voices heard, regardless of what the politicians decide.
Speaking of voices being heard, let's talk about the internal power dynamics within the city. We've got the churches, the guilds, the nobility, all these different factions with their own agendas. Are they working together, or are there conflicts simmering beneath the surface?
It's definitely a complex web of alliances and rivalries.
Yeah.
You've got the churches of the Holy Trinity wielding significant influence, especially the Siratar order with their paladins. Then you have the guilds that are controlling commerce and wealth. And you have the noble families holding onto their land and resources. It's like this giant game of chess with each player trying to outmaneuver the others.
And you know what they say about when elephants fight right?
What's that?
The glass gets trampled. I wonder how these power struggles affect the everyday lives of Darringmoor's citizens.
It's a good question. The source material gives us a taste of this with the struggle between the Shipwrights Guild and the fishermen over the use of the foreshore. You see, the fishermen, they need the space to dry their nets, while the shipwrights, they need that same space to build their boats.
It's this classic clash of interests.
It is.
And it shows that even in a city that's facing these extraordinary threats like undead hordes and dimensional rifts, there are still very human conflicts to navigate.
Exactly. Speaking of human conflicts, remember the mysteries surrounding Anthol Barn, the woodcarver, whose wife disappeared.
Oh, how could I forget? Poor Anthol. It sounds like he's got more to worry about than just his missing wife. The source material hints that his sister-in-law Flectine might be involved.
That's right. And it seems Flectine has a history of being jealous toward her sister Neela.
Right.
She's even made advances towards Anthol since Neela's disappearance.
Now hold on a minute. A jealous sister-in-law, a missing wife, a heartbroken husband. It's like something straight out of a dramatic play. I'm starting to think Darringmoor has more drama than a daytime soap opera.
It's definitely a twist I didn't see coming. It makes you wonder what really transpired. Is Flectine acting alone? And what's become of Neela? Is she still alive, or has something more sinister happened?
It's all very Shakespearean. Speaking of stories, what about those local legends that we touched on earlier? The tale of Tallheart and the whispers of the Whispering Pond. Is there any truth to those stories, or are they just campfire tales?
Well, according to legend, Tallheart was this mysterious woman of incredible height who arrived in Darringmoor not long after the Time of Shadows. She built a house near the southern wall and was known for her kindness and her generosity. It's said that her house might actually be the one now owned by Deshargan Nullenham, the one who's seeking a tall bride.
You don't think? Could there be a connection? Maybe Deshargan is subconsciously drawn to women who remind him of the legendary Tallheart. It would certainly add a very romantic layer to his quest for love.
It's definitely an intriguing possibility. And then there's the Whispering Pond. It's not just home to those giant eels that we talked about, but it's also a place where secrets are shared, rumors spread. It's named for the low murmurs of conversation that always seem to be drifting across its waters.
It's like the pond itself is listening, holding on to the secrets of the city. Imagine sitting by the water's edge on a moonlit night, listening to those whispers drift through the air. What stories would you hear?
Tales of love and loss, whispers of scandal and intrigue, perhaps even hints of ancient magic and hidden dangers. The Whispering Pond is a place that really sparks the imagination.
It really does. And it seems like every corner of Darringmoor holds a secret waiting to be uncovered. What about those ancient crypts beneath Holy North? What stories do they hold? And the charnel house used for cremation rites, is it purely practical, or is there something more, shall we say, ritualistic going on there?
Those are great questions. The source material gives us these little glimpses, but it's really up to us to fill in the blanks. Imagine what secrets might be hidden in those underground chambers, what ancient rituals might be performed under the cover of darkness.
It's like peeling back the layers of an onion. The more we learn about Darringmoor, the more we realize how much more there is to discover. But let's shift gears for a moment. We've explored the past and present, but what about the future? What challenges and opportunities lie ahead for this extraordinary city?
Well, the most obvious challenge is the ongoing threat of the undead.
Hmm.
Cirith's Veil remains a source of dimensional instability, and the Cirith cult seems to be gaining influence. Remember, this is the group that the Stormwatch, that secret order within the Ormosian Church, is dedicated to fighting.
It's like the shadow war is being waged right beneath the surface of everyday life. If the cult gains enough power, could they potentially take control of Darringmoor? Turn it into like a haven for the undead?
It's a chilling thought, but I have a feeling the people of Darringmoor won't go down without a fight. They've faced incredible odds before and emerged stronger. They've shown resilience, ingenuity, and this fierce sense of community.
It's truly inspiring, isn't it? They've created this vibrant city full of life and energy, even with that constant threat of the undead looming over them.
They've built a place where commerce and faith intertwine, where the whispers of the past echo through the present, and where the human spirit shines even in the face of darkness.
Well said. So what does all of this mean for you, dear listener? It means that you've just gotten a sneak peek into this world that's brimming with possibilities. You've walked the streets of Darringmoor, met its people, glimpsed its secrets.
Now it's your turn to kind of take the reins. Imagine yourself in this incredible city. What stories will you uncover? What adventures will you have? The possibilities are truly endless.
Maybe you'll solve the mystery of Neela Barnes' disappearance. Maybe you'll expose the Cirith cult. Maybe you'll share a drink with Queen Mama herself. Who knows? The beauty of Darringmoor is that the adventure is yours to create.
And that's what makes this world so captivating. It's a place where history, fantasy, and human drama collide, creating a tapestry that's so rich with detail and intrigue.
So until our next deep dive, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep those imaginations firing. Who knows what other wonders we'll uncover together?
Happy adventure.
And that's our show for today. See you next time.